Hey guys, what's up? It's Carl back with another one, and welcome to the first smartphone review of 2021. Today we're taking a look at the Oppo Reno 5 Pro, and if you recall from previously on the channel, I think this is almost a year ago. I think that was at the end of 2019. I actually went to Japan for the Oppo Reno 3. We reviewed the 4 back last year. The whole year was spent in lockdown, and now we are on to their version 5. So I'm super stoked to check out this device. Apparently it has one of the most interesting designs and colorways. Obviously, I'm a big fan of that, and the video quality should be much improved. So let's do a quick unboxing, see what we've got inside. You can see that I've got both models, and just for this video, I did match the Porsche in the back to match the turquoise on the box. And the first colorway that we're looking at is the Galactic Silver. So you can see up top all the user manuals, warranty info are in here. Up top is the device, and this is where you can see some of the key features. So we've got an AI highlight video, we'll get into that a bit later, dual video view, and a 3D borderless Sense screen. Underneath, that's where you'll see the 65-watt supercharger. We of course have a USB-A to USB-C charging cable, and of course we have a pair of wired headphones, USB-C. Still great to see that Oppo is including all of the essential accessories inside of the box. And this is the Galactic Silver, and this is one of the more interesting designs slash colorways that I've seen on the back. And it really shifts depending on which way you're facing the light. So if we can get that on camera, it will probably change colorways almost a bit like a chameleon. Kind of reminds me of Rainbow Road from Super Mario for any of you OG N64 players out there. And the back of this Galactic Silver is actually made with a brand new Diamond Spectrum process, and that creates a different look depending on which way you angle the phone. And unlike most other devices which are fingerprint magnets, this, from my initial testing, has not got one fingerprint no matter how smudgy or greasy my fingers are. So that is super dope. If you never rock a case or a skin on your phone, this phone could be potentially the one that you're eyeing solely for the design, and I honestly wish we could see this across more smartphones in the future. I'm also a fan of the overall form factor. So thickness-wise, it's only around 7.6 millimeters. It's got a weight of around 173 grams, so nice and lightweight. We've got two phones though, so let's put this off to the side and we'll take a look at the blue one. So very similar unboxing experience. So we've got the same accessories up top, and of course the phone identical with all of its features. The only thing that is changing here is the color, so we'll quickly take this off. So the back of the Astral Blue also has the same Reno Glow process, so it still has a matte finish, shouldn't be collecting extra fingerprints. And it actually has this very interesting shine or sheen to it. And apparently if you look at the structure of this under a microscope, it has a pyramid structure. And that structure is actually hydrophobic, science meaning it should actually help repel water, grease, and it should not stick to your device. So super, super dope. One of the cooler devices that I've seen in terms of design. Overall, it's got the same thickness. They've got this really cool shot up here. If we can get a little macro on that, it just says designed for Reno. So that's super dope up top. We've got the standard volume rockers on the left side, on and off button on the right, followed by USB-C at the bottom, as well as SIM card slot tray. Other than that, very, very clean design. If we flip it over, we've got the display right here. So this one's got a 6.5-inch display, it's Super AMOLED, it's full HD+, it's got a 90 Hz refresh rate, which I think is the base standard for most Android phones. Going over that mark just increases the price and of course will drain extra battery life. And especially for charging up, you can actually get from 1% to 100 in just around 30 minutes with a 65-watt supercharger. And if you look at the overall design, it is pretty much edge to edge. It's got a 92% screen to body ratio, and the only real cutout that you see is that front-facing camera on the front. And internally, the device is powered by the MediaTek 1000 Plus series, and that's the equivalent to the Snapdragon 865, which we saw power most flagships in 2020. So definitely very capable, but MediaTek actually claims this is the most power efficient 5G ready chipset to use. But the most important hardware spec that I want to talk about is the camera, which is the Reno 5's main selling point on this device. So it's got a quad lens setup. You can kind of see that on the back here. The main sensor is 64 megapixels with an 8 megapixel ultra wide and two 2 megapixel monochrome as well as macro sensors. And this is actually the first device that uses AI in video for different lighting modes. And typically AI algorithms in most smartphones are used for scene selection. So if you're taking a photo of, say, puppies, dogs, food, landscapes, and the camera will detect that and adjust the settings accordingly to fully maximize that. For the first time ever, we're seeing that for lighting modes in video. So now when you're shooting in low light, if you turn on AI highlight video, the ultra night video algorithm will automatically be triggered. And when you're shooting in a high backlit scene with high dynamic range, same thing, then the live HDR algorithm will take over and be automatically turned on. So that will obviously improve the video quality, and we did a lot of testing across every single camera feature, so enjoy this B-roll sequence that we shot. Not only did we show off the capabilities of AI highlight video, but also color portrait, monochrome video, night flares. We really went to the nines. It's pretty crazy the types of video that you can now shoot with the smartphone. So yeah, that has kind of been the Oppo Reno 5 Pro. And if we take a look at the past couple years, Oppo is becoming more of a recognizable brand. I'm sure a lot of people in North America, Canada, the US have now heard of this device. I'd still classify this as a mid-range device as the price still isn't too high. So definitely something to consider. And as I have two devices, obviously trying to hook you guys up, my first giveaway in 2021. Just let me know down below in the comments what your favorite feature of the Reno 5 Pro is. Let me know how we did with some of the tasty B-roll. We froze our butts off in the middle of the night to get some of it, and hopefully you enjoyed our very first phone review of 2021. We'll catch the rest of you in one of our next vids. Peace.